In a significant milestone for gender equality and women's participation in decision-making, Mongolia hosted the first-ever female foreign ministers meeting on 29th of June. Accordingly, the Female Foreign Ministers Meeting 2023 commenced in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, bringing together female foreign ministers of countries around the world, ambassadors for gender equality, and representatives from the UN and other international organizations. Good morning to you all, who have gathered here to participate in the international meeting of female foreign ministers on this auspicious day. I wish to express my sincere gratitude to our third neighbors, German Federal Foreign Minister Ms. Annalena Baerbock and French Minister for Europe and Foreign Affairs Ms. Catherine Colonna for their invaluable co-sponsorship of the meeting. I truly wish every woman, mothers of life and root of all success, the very best in this world. Welcome to our beautiful country, and I wish you a memorable stay in Mongolia. I thank you for your attention.
I extend my heartfelt greetings to this illustrious audience. To my fellow friends, foreign ministers of France, Germany, Indonesia, Liechtenstein, Mozambique, and South Africa, Ambassador at Large of Australia, OSCE Secretary General Helga Schmidt, Executive Director of ITC and Director of External Affairs of Green Climate Fund. I'm truly honored and humbled by your presence and profoundly grateful for accepting our invitation to coming to Mongolia despite your very busy schedule. I dedicate my special thanks to my dear friends Annalena and Catherine, foreign ministers of Germany and France, for your invaluable support and co-sponsorship of this meeting. Mongolia is fully committed to implementing the women, peace and security agenda and firmly devoted to the policy to increase the number of female peacekeepers by 15% by 2027. Distinguished guests, dear friends and colleagues, as a symbol of peace, as a country which maintains diplomatic relations with all UN member states, as a country which has no territorial, political, or whatsoever disputes or issues with whomsoever, as a country with no hidden agenda, Mongolia is willing to host various regional and international events, meetings and conferences as its contribution to global peace and security.
Excellencies, honorable guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a long-awaited day has come, a beautiful day has come. Ulaanbaatar, the hearth and home of Mongolia, is solemnly hosting the first female foreign ministers meeting. Under the auspices of President of Mongolia, the world's women leaders have gathered today with a noble mission to address issues of pivotal importance for the well-being of the humankind. Being the backbone of their families and the bedrock of your nations, women shed light on everything dark and embrace the ones in pain and suffering with love, care, and compassion. Women make a process, be that a decision-making, peacemaking, or justice building, complete and inclusive. We, the Mongols, identify the women diplomats with the petals, delicate petals of peonies, symbolizing love, dignity, happiness, affluence, and beauty. We thank you for coming from far across continents and oceans to Mongolia, a vibrant democracy at the very heart of Asia, embracing a shared responsibility for our common future, our common dream, to never let the laughter of our children fade and their futures tainted by inaction and indifference.
Therefore, as the host country, Mongolia proposed the following 3 topics for the first day's discussion: role of women in promoting peace and security, climate change, and food security. The meeting aims to advance gender equality, human rights, and women's participation in decision-making, with Germany and France collaborating as organizers, and provide an opportunity for participants to deliberate and exchange information and share their best practices for feminist foreign policy making.
Well, actually, informally, every year we met at the sidelines of the UN General Assembly and in a big meeting. So most of the time, the female foreign ministers also met. But this time, we met in a formal setting, the female foreign ministers meeting. So we appreciated the initiative of the foreign minister of Mongolia to host this meeting. And when we have the discussion, there is an important thing that I convey. That is to translate what all the statement and commitment at the multilateral level, at the UN level, into a very concrete cooperation. And we, the female foreign minister, have the responsibility to translate it into the concrete cooperation. So once again, concrete cooperation becomes very important. And during the discussion, for example, the representative from OSCE mentioned about the importance of linking the training center, for example, for the peacekeeping, to train the female peacekeepers, and also to train the women to feel that still underrepresented by women. So from this discussion, we will be able to strengthen the cooperation, the concrete cooperation about training, about capacity building. And then I think after this, we will also discuss about how to gain the financial resources to support women, including in the issue of women, peace and security. So once again, congratulations.
Well, I think that what's very important is to get together in the way that we're meeting here in Mongolia. Because when you do that, you share experiences and you get to know what other countries are doing. And also you build, I think, a collective that will work together and draw on each other to address specific global challenges. So what we are doing here is forming a very powerful club of women in politics who occupy significant positions and who can work together to pursue a very, very significant international gender agenda. Well, already you can hear that a great deal is happening in many of the countries, and I think consistency is important, so we must meet regularly. So this conference, for me, is really initiating something that is very unique and important. So what we have to do out of this is ensure that we have further conferences of this nature in other countries. I hope one day South Africa will host, and that we continue this collaboration and really build a focus on areas that we can jointly address.
The second day of the meeting will continue with cultural events exclusively prepared for the participants, such as visiting the Chinggis Khan Museum and experiencing the Mini Nadam Festival. Moreover, heads of delegations will visit the session of the State Great Horal of Mongolia and engage in meeting with the chairman of the State Great Horal, Zandanshatar.
Well, thank you so much. I think it's very, very commendable that Minister Patsitsek, but also under auspices of the President, female foreign ministers are being convened here. And of course, the key global issues that the world is currently facing, peace and security, climate change, but also food security, and female foreign minister, together with all the other stakeholders and participants, discussing this, not only discussing what are the challenges, but what are the solutions, and what is the women's role in those solutions and impact is, I think, highly, highly relevant and very meaningful. On one side, of course, it raises the awareness and rallies the support around those issues in Mongolia, but also across the other countries, and also raises awareness of Mongolia in the countries that are participating.
The consensus and solidarity of female foreign ministers will serve as a great impetus for promoting multilateral cooperation to address global challenges. Mongolia also hopes that the meeting would benefit shaping pro-women foreign policy in our greater neighborhood in Asia, and believes that our initiative will contribute to the efforts of other countries pursuing a feminist foreign policy.